Woman, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for being here with us today. I was in the construction industry for 35 years before being elected to Congress, and just a point of clarification, if I understood you correctly, on this silica rule, is the rule been finalized, or is it still being negotiated, and is it being now implemented, or is it going to be different? I've got people that don't know what, I mean, they're out pricing and getting quotes, and this is very expensive to deal with. And so where are we with this? I mean, are they to comply by this exact rule now? And then what happens if it changes? And like I said, it's very expensive to comply with this thing. Where are we with this?
Congressman, I appreciate the question, and I was smiling because the rule is complicated and has multiple dates, which might be the basis for some of this confusion. Parts of the rule are in effect. Parts do not go into effect for some amount of time. The parties to the litigation, and all sides are represented in this litigation, were, I'm told, close to settlement. Each side has their own set of concerns, and my view is if there's some common ground, we should look for that common ground. We provided a further 30-day extension that has now expired in an effort to get the parties a little bit more time. I was disheartened that rather than use that time, the parties, as often happens, didn't come to the table until right up to the deadline. And so it is my hope that the parties come to the table and come to the table quickly so that we can get this issue resolved.
There's an awful lot of confusion, and like I said, there are people that are being faced with huge cost disadvantages on work that they've already estimated, on contracts they've already signed, and now this rule, they had no way to know what to anticipate. The rule might say, obviously, it is very complicated. Is there any way we can, that OSHA can somehow clarify what's going on and then say, all right, here's where we are, and give the industry some time to adapt to whatever rule we finally come up with? Because, again, it's very costly. These people are on fixed cost. I mean, they don't put these compliance things in their estimates to complete the work. So all of a sudden, like you said, predictability is critical in the business world out there. And it is critical that these people know where we stand with this.
I understand, Congressman, and we are engaged in efforts to clarify, and we will redouble those efforts because it is important that individuals know what is expected of them.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mr. Secretary. I yield back.